Welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, presented by the Barstool News Network. It is What the Fuck Wednesday, August 26th, 2020. You know what that means. All the stories today are from you, the listeners within the Hardo Hive. Before we get going on stories, we have a full house as always. Will, the Beeve, Pat, Mark, and Wes are all here, and a couple housekeeping items up front. Just like Michelle Obama on night one of the DNC, the next ticket buzz is all about Nikki Haley and Tim Scott after the first night of the RNC. And don't worry, we're going to have the RNC summary coming on Friday. We're logging all the videos, right, guys? Like watching.
Yes.
And then we're going to have our reactions ready for the end of the week.
2024 is going to be
a new notebook.
2024 is going to be a big election for the ladies. A lot of powerful women coming up in 2024.
Oh yeah, because Kamala on the other side. Kamala,
Michelle, and then on Nikki Haley's a superstar. Like some solid.
What about
solid
Mishamala? She's a superstar.
Or Mamala.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And speaking of what's coming up on Friday with that summary, talking schedule. So we have interviews. We have another Democrat this week from Nevada, Steve Yeager. Then after the RNC, we got a bunch of Republicans coming in. Republican from Colorado, Ken Buck. From Nevada, Dan Rodimer, who used to be in the WWE. And then another special Republican guest, all within the next 2 weeks. Radio, Barstool Radio. Make sure you're following Barstool Radio on Twitter and Instagram. We're not sure if we're going to be on Barstool Radio next month yet or not. You will follow those accounts. You'll find out probably at the same time we do when they announce the new schedule. So keep your eyes peeled on there. And then time off. I'm going to take a week off after Labor Day, especially if we're not on radio. You guys got anything before the first debate on 9/29?
Just my birthday this weekend, William. That's all I got, really.
Ooh, the Beeve's birthday.
We're going to have a very special guest on next Monday's show. It's a very special guest, so stay tuned.
Beeve, you're not going on vacation the week after?
No. I'll be in New York. I'm going to be in New York next week, maybe. But no, I'm not going to be on vacay.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Just going to New York to New York it.
Not going on vacation. All right.
Well, what is vacation, technically? What's vacation?
Are you going on vacation?
I'm going to go somewhere for the weekend, probably.
You getting an Airbnb and stuff? And
I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
Gonna have a good time? Gonna go out to eat?
Yeah.
Maybe?
You're going to go on your third or fourth vacation this year to R0s?
Wait, which vacation did I take? I went to the Jersey Shore, but I worked half the week. Which vacation did I take that was the whole week off?
I would lightly put half the week when you gave us a one-day notice that you were going to be gone for 8 days.
What
what was that? The day after Wes went to rehab, you told us you were going to be gone for 8 days?
I'm sorry. Wes went to rehab. I covered all my shifts.
How long
I covered all my shifts.
No, you didn't. How long did you know about the vacation? How long?
Wes, you must be learning about this for the first time.
Yeah. How long did you know about the vacation that you told us after Wes went to rehab, and then you left 2 days after that?
Mark, there's some. You're going to look like a real jackass soon. I'll tell you that much.
Am I going to look like a real jackass? Because I can't take vacation at my own job. So
when did you take a vacation? Remember your honeymoon? That was a week-long one. I've never got one.
Oh, my honeymoon was what? 15, 16 months ago? So
the only time I've ever taken off is 3 days in a row when I got my first.
Oh, you were off for multiple weeks.
My dad was
earlier this year.
My mom was sick too. It's not about that, but historically, you've taken by far the most vacations on the show.
Vacations, traveling. Yes. I don't live in my house in Austin, Texas, like you, where I never leave. This pre-COVID, but yes, traveling. I do travel.
Will asked when we're taking vacations. You have one coming up next week. Will's got one the week after. To answer your question, I don't have one, Will, because I can't.
If I don't miss any shows, it's not a vacation. That's the beauty about a podcast, bro. You can travel wherever the fuck you want and tape from wherever the fuck you want.
You just ruin our schedules, and you do the show drunk, and then you have to get a guest to come in and stuff.
I do the show drunk.
When you
I
were
had
on
2 glasses of wine. I had 2 glasses of wine, Mark, and you do the show a lot drunker than me, a lot more often.
No, I haven't done a drunk show in over a year. I don't drink. Yeah.
Have I ever apologized for being too drunk on a show? I haven't, because I haven't ever been too drunk on a show.
Oh, come on, man. You definitely drink. First of all, you drink more than me on the show. And second of all, you take 10
I haven't had a
vacation.
drink on the show. I haven't had a drink on the show like fucking months and months and months
Neither
and months.
Neither have I. But I also haven't had a vacation in years.
Yes, you did. You had a full vacation. I had half a week.
16 months ago. That's a long time.
All right, well, just don't play it off like I've been fucking taking all these vacations. I haven't been. I've been traveling, yes. Different story.
No, we tracked it. We actually tracked calendars for a while, and you and Wes definitely take the most time.
Yeah, if you look at the amount of shows Wes and Pat have done, it's not.
We've done show counts too.
We're not including rehab, right?
It's
Oh,
always
no.
wait, you don't want to include rehab, Wes. Then you'd be fucked. You'd be real.
You two guys keep a weird ass tally. I can't believe that.
No, just a
I can't
mental
believe
tally.
that. You two guys keep a weird ass tally. Wes, you want to speak up on this?
What about what?
Mark and Will's
nothing
weird
written
ass
down.
tally.
Nothing.
No, I
down,
mean,
just mental.
I know there's mental tallies going on.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
It's healthy.
Sorry. Is this not a business that we keep track of how people perform?
You guys take advantage of us. Is what's going on. Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I take advantage. It's you who won't leave your house to come over to the studio because you're too comfortable in your cabin.
Hard factor's priority 5 for a couple people on the show.
My time off is not spent like you guys. I mean, every time I've had to be off the show is usually for I'm working my other job, so I'm not actually relaxing.
We were until we gave up our other jobs.
We quit our other jobs. We made that decision.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, the time off that you guys are talking about, 90% of it I wasn't really
is for your other job, sort of like how Pat does too.
Yeah, but that doesn't really matter.
Is what it is.
Your second job or not, you're not on the podcast, and Will and I can't take a vacation is the problem. That's
Why can't you guys take a vacation?
Whatever fucking vacation you want to.
Oh, you going to show up and do the show if we take a vacation?
Mark, you're coming from a place of zero data here. I've never not done the show. I might travel.
It's plenty of data.
I might travel, but if you tell me you want to take a vacation, go fucking take a vacation, bro. I would
love to.
Why are you acting like there's some wall around you? I mean, I know there's a wall around you because you never leave your house, but why are you acting like that?
Because you take so many fucking vacations and your schedule's so crazy that it's hard for me to plan a vacation. Well,
dude, all you have to say is when you want to go. And I don't take so many fucking vacations. I travel. A lot. Okay, I'm never going to stop doing that. Because when I signed up for a podcast, which you could do remotely, I wasn't like, well, I'm going to marry myself to Austin, Texas and anchor myself down.
And then you do it in a hotel room with shitty internet, and then we're delayed 2 hours, and then you're having glasses of wine, and then you have to this, that, or the other. Then you're on a phone call, and then we start. And we can't do the fucking podcast when we want to.
Certainly further down the priority list for the beef than it is.
Absolutely.
For others.
Hard factors priority 4 or 5 for the beef.
Fuck you guys.
All right.
I think you guys should, Will and Mark, you guys should just take a vacation.
I'm going to. That's how I started it. I'm going to take the week off after Labor Day. It's the first time I'll be taking a week off.
Congratulations, Will. You deserve it. It's your first week off in
500
2.5 years.
shows plus, and I hadn't taken a week off, so I'm pretty pumped.
Good for you, buddy. I took half of one recently. It was nice.
I'm not mad at you, but I'm allowed to state facts on the show, Pat.
Yeah. Well, and we've done episode counts before, Beef. You know what? People have gotten their fair share. I don't know. I guess that's going to be hard to transition from. I feel like a lot of that might get cut. Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe we'll include it all. Next up is the weight loss contest. So I know I need the weight loss contest. We talked about this on radio. And you guys feeling it? You guys ready for the next weight loss contest?
I'm just scared. I'm scared to say anything at this point.
Well, it's been that way for a long time, Wes. You're scared to say anything because these two psychos keep weird mental tallies. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, sorry that we work hard. I'm so hard. I'm sorry.
Mr. 8 hour limit. Mr. 8 hour limit.
My brain has intimidated the Beef into not talking.
Dude,
you don't fucking work. Max of these 40 hours, you don't fucking work nearly as much as me on this show. Not even close on a weekly, hourly basis. But I'm pumped for the.
Pat, have you ever sent a quote tweet or done any type of social media promotion in the morning?
I have. Can I tell you what? I think that some of the stuff you guys do is not super effective and not a good use of time.
Oh, okay.
I'll be honest with you.
That's fine. Maybe tell us that in a business meeting.
During those hours.
You just don't show up to any of the fucking Zoom calls or business meetings and come up with an alternate plan.
So you just say that what we do is pointless and then you don't do anything.
Yeah, then you don't do anything at all. So
that's not true whatsoever. And I should
pretty much
Pat does plenty with all the creative stuff. A lot of creative stuff Pat does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys can't say that.
Anyways, let's restart that weight loss.
He sets up all the live stream shit, like all that stuff he does.
And productive. And they never fail.
Oh, fuck you. So you could do so much better because you can give a lame-ass quote tweet from Barstool Radio that gets hate on? No, that's not an effective use of your time.
No,
it doesn't take 17 hours.
Or talk with the interns and plan things or schedule interviews or do anything
There's
besides the show.
1,000 person. The texts are ridiculously dumb and inefficient, and it's almost impossible. You guys spend more time keeping up with a text chain than not actually getting anything done. Than actually doing
I'm
work.
working during those hours and posting shit.
And then a lot of the stories come from those text threads that we go and fucking find and put in the show notes because you don't ever do that.
The text chain is hard to keep up with.
Yeah, especially if you wake up at 1 p.m.
It moves fast when you guys are slow and halfway paying attention because it's not your priority.
Right.
It does move a little too quick.
Well, I mean, I understand when the text chain is about the work, but once it becomes just like
social posting and
like
stuff
jokes,
like
jokes and like joking,
joking, which is what we do for a job.
Don't worry, Will and I'll handle all the
social.
bullshit, and you guys, like, you know.
No, I'm just trying to. I understand what you guys are saying, but I also understand what Pat is saying. That's all.
I don't.
Well,
I don't understand what Pat's saying. I understand that some of it's inefficient, but I don't understand doing nothing as an alternative.
To pay attention to the text chain all day is tough.
That's tough, to pay attention to your work. I get it. That's hard. But
the waste
guys,
of your brain space.
We're gonna have to keep paying attention to our work on a weekly basis.
We'll start posting some of the text chain.
You guys actually? That'll be the first thing you post on a shared account. My God,
we'll start posting some.
How long ago has it been since you posted on the Hard Factor account?
Don't pluralize that.
What do you mean?
Honestly,
Pat's not gonna do that. You might.
Yeah, Pat's not going to post it. How long has
post
it been?
on the Hard Factor account?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
You guys, how long has it been since you posted on a group account?
Today.
What did you post?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. I post plenty on the group accounts when I'm asked to do it.
I don't think Pat's ever sent a tweet to Hard Factor Twitter once.
Yeah, because I think it's stupid to try and build. I don't think it's an efficient way. I think it's really dumb to try to bring in people to follow our accounts that don't know about our show. I never wanted to be a fucking. If we're gonna tweet, I want it to be about our show. I want to be about something we're doing.
So we've done 550 shows. Why don't you ever do a show tweet in the morning? It's not all quote tweeting Barstool Radio.
Any social.
I'm saying in the past 2.5 years, you've done a handful of tweets to Hard Factor Twitter, where Will and I have probably done 2,000 tweets each to Hard Factor Twitter.
And thanks for asking me that question today, Will. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. You did nail that one.
All right, go start a podcast. See how it goes.
Go start a podcast. Okay.
Whoa! What was that?
Start your own. All right.
Whoa!
Good.
What was that?
There it is.
Holy shit!
There it is.
Did you just threaten to leave on air?
No, I'm not going to leave the show, but I'm saying, like, there's some things that I understand that you guys don't understand. And I understand you guys work hard in the social space. I understand you work hard in the social space. I get that. I agree with that. There's no doubt about that. But I will tell you this. There's some serious fucking inefficiencies, and there's things being called work that don't need to be called work.
Well, then show up and tell us what the inefficiencies are and come up with the plan instead of just not doing anything whatsoever.
Would do that. I would do that if there was an open dialogue to have a conversation without my head getting bitten off, because I bit my tongue a long fucking time ago. A long time ago, I said it's better for me to not say anything than to deal with this. A long time ago.
That makes sense.
Well, you don't know what it's like to go up against you. The opposite. You don't know what it's like to go up against you. It's horrible a lot of times. You bite heads off. You bully.
Because you're not around. So when I'm waiting for you for 5 hours, I'm a little frustrated.
Okay. I would never start my own podcast. I love being on a podcast.
Thank you.
Well, you just said that we should try without you because we wouldn't like the results.
I don't want to try without you.
No, it'd be a competition thing. It would.
No,
I don't want to try without you guys either.
Well, then we'd have to have a second podcast each because we're not.
Right.
Well, just don't call me worthless.
I'm all about hard
That's what I'm saying. I'm not fucking worthless. That's all I'm saying. You call me worthless like I'm not contributing.
You're putting words in our mouth. We're saying you don't work as hard, and we would welcome you to work harder. That's what I'm saying.
I'll keep that in mind. I do appreciate.
You know what we're all going to work really hard on is this weight loss contest that's coming up. And guys, we got to set the time each week where we're going to weigh in. What time we're going to weigh in at, guys? I vote. Send a picture of your weight Sunday before noon.
Well, Pat gets up at 2 p.m. for fuck's sake, so we can't do it in the morning.
I was about to say, was that a softball? You just teed that one up.
You know what I will say? I'll say like I say a lot of things. Whenever you guys want to, I will adhere to it.
I don't care. Yeah, we always say the same thing,
Pat,
too.
I love you. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Whenever you guys want to is a common phrase that goes around in this podcast.
Yeah, pick a time, and I'll make sure I'm there. And if
let's set a hard one then. Sunday by noon, you guys send a picture. Or Monday. What day?
Monday before noon.
Because you don't want to do – the reason you got to do before noon is this. And I get that the beef might needs his beauty rest, but you don't want to do the evening. We learned our lesson. The first weigh-in, we did it Wednesday evenings. It was fucking miserable. You just like – you're like sweating in the sauna all day trying to like stay light.
The thing about the evenings is Pat was talking about people getting mad and being mean. Like people get mean at evenings if they're waiting on the last person to weigh in. It's like, are you home yet? Have you fucking weighed in yet? Because you're like minute by minute after 4 p.m. Yeah,
has to be in the morning. It got really, really testy last night.
Yeah.
I suggest 8 o'clock in the evening.
No.
You wouldn't believe it. Things could get testy on this in this portion.
I love you guys. We all love each other.
Yeah, I love you too. We fight because we love each other.
Brothers fight. It's all good. And then so that's what we're gonna move on to the weight loss contest again. Also,
I'm ready for
we're
it.
all fat.
I did 5.5 miles on the elliptical before this show. I did 4 yesterday. I'm at about 10 miles in the past 2 days.
That's good, but we can't talk too much about it. Remember, people get sick of that. Most importantly, this is bringing something back from radio. Pat, what you said on radio yesterday, you said big milk is a lie.
Uh-oh.
A lie. And the big milk people are mad, and we have Hard Factor Big Milk representative Wes in the house now. So I'd like maybe you guys could discuss.
Yeah, you want to explain yourself?
Well, okay. First off, shout out Tanner from Wisconsin, longtime Stoolie, the Vanilla Gorilla, and shout out to our other dairy farmers, our buddy Adam, all of our dairy farmers out there. I love you guys. I'm glad you got a racket going. I'm stoked on it for you. I love milk byproducts. Milk byproducts are great. I'm an ice cream guy. I'm a cheese guy. It's fantastic. The consumption of milk, a glass of milk, that's a racket. You know that there had to be there's no ad campaign for cheese. You don't need to tell people cheese is good. You had to do it for fucking milk. They spent millions and probably billions of dollars trying to get people to drink something their body naturally rejects. We're the only mammal, period, on the planet that drinks another mammal's milk.
Body? My body absorbs it. My body absorbs it and uses it for fuel and to build muscle and for all kinds of things.
All lies sold to you by Big Milk.
No. Well, what about cheese though? You just said it. We're the only animal that eats cheese too.
He's specifically talking about glasses of milk.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense if it's just about what animals.
Well, he's saying cheese. He's saying cheese is delicious, which I agree with, and I understand.
It's also delicacy.
But it's made of milk.
But Large weighed in on Twitter and he said you can't dunk cookies in water, which to that point it's like milk is delicious for a number of other reasons.
Is delicious.
Yeah.
Let me lay this down for you. Sure, dunk your cookies in milk. Get a small ramekin. It's about the same as cheese. It's a delicacy. Don't get a fucking glass that you have to drink afterwards because you're not supposed to. Our bodies are not evolved. That's why most people are lactose intolerant because no one developed the fucking enzyme because of evolution, guys. You're not supposed to drink milk.
What about ice cream or milkshakes?
Is your argument based on things you're not supposed to
have cheese. You're not supposed to have beer. You're not supposed to have milk. You're not supposed to have any of that stuff.
I've given Beaver a hard enough time on this one. I tend to agree with him on the lie that milk makes your body stronger. Like that's the marketing on milk is genius. I like milk. I drank it my whole life, never broke a bone. Might be because of milk. But
that's what they want you to think.
They do have this. They do live this lie of like milk is the most healthy thing you can drink, and I don't necessarily agree with that.
It's got a lot of protein in it. I drink the Fairlife, so it cuts out a lot of the sugar, so it's like ultra filtered, tastes delicious, but it's still got all the protein. I mean, I drink it because it's fucking delicious.
Osteoporosis.
Yeah.
There's just Google.
Cheese is delicious.
Lies
so if this
about
has anything
milk.
to do with cheese, I'm not a game.
Well, cheese is fine, Willie.
Dairy products are awesome, but are they necessary? Is the question.
Dairy products are you supposed to drink a fucking glass of some animal's other milk? No, it's disgusting. It's
you're supposed to eat a whole pizza, and I do that shit.
No, cheese. Yeah, cheese is the only thing that I could not give up. I think cheese is tied with beer for me. I couldn't give up cheese.
Well, it's like bread. It's like the earth didn't intend you to grind up the grains and then make a loaf of bread with it, but you still do.
I get what the Beaver's saying here. He supports the dairy teams. I get what he's saying.
He doesn't like how much they promote it as health. I get it.
No, that's why you drink it, man, because they fucking sold it to you.
But I drink it because it's delicious, because I actually really enjoy the fucking taste of milk.
Right, so you made that
milk
choice
and cereal, that sucks.
After
milk
you
and
came
cookies
off your
like
mother's
Larson?
tit because of does a body good and got milk. That's why you drink it, Wes. That's
I'm just a lover of the taste of milk.
Read about why you drink milk. Figure it out. It's a fucking racket, bro.
Why I drink milk? Because my taste buds love it.
I don't know how much Will's going to cut from this. He's editing the show tonight. We're at 20 minutes in right now. I haven't done the news story. So
all we've done is argue.
And that's a good cold open, you know?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
We're really
people are going to call for more of this, I guarantee it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking at plantbasednews.org. This is a very reputable source, and it's 9 lies from the dairy industry. You might want to check that out, Wes.
Oh, send that over.
Well, Pat, you're one of the biggest pizza eaters in the fucking world. For you to shit on milk is fucking hypocrisy.
Pat, send that over to the group thread you won't read.
Yeah. No, I'll check it out a couple of days later. It's nice. It's nice to wake up to 900. No, actually, like 245 texts every morning, and like maybe 12 of them are relevant. It's very nice.
Pat, start screenshotting the messages when you wake up. Start screenshotting like how many of them there are. not the content of them, but how many of them there are.
That'll just make you look lazy. It's like
wait till someone gets on a tear
245
about what they think's going on. Yeah.
Well, that's a ricochet.
No, as in
shot
like we're planning on what to. Yeah. So we're planning on what to post. We're posting it. We're saying which accounts to put it on.
What news stories? What happens?
Confirming interviews. All that stuff. It is irrelevant. You're right.
Didn't say it was irrelevent.
Can get it done in less text.
He just did. He just said it was 99% irrelevant. All right, let's move on to stories. Finally, 6 all submitted by the Hardo Hive.
7.
Get us going.
All right, guys, we got a
reviews.
BB gun story from PFITS. A North Carolina woman, right? She walked right into a crotchety 76-year-old man's trap when she pulled up a Trump yard sign from the man's yard. She only made it a few feet with the sign in hand before she was immediately shot with a BB gun by the old man.
What?
Yeah, she goes into the yard, she picks the yard sign up, she walks like 2 feet, and then bam, something hits her. Turns out a BB gun, 76-year-old man shot her because she was stealing his yard sign.
How many pumps did you give that? Did it break the skin?
Dude, a lot of pumps because the woman still has the pellet or BB lodged in her arm and probably will for life.
Yeah, that's a short-range shot, yeah.
And that's an important distinction. BBs are the round one. Pellets have like they can even have points on them. Those things will pierce your skin easily.
Yeah, so Wes, I read both stories. It's tough to say. I think it was, well, okay, you'll listen. The use that the man was messing with the gun for sounds like pellet, but everyone's reporting BB. Anyway, it's stuck in her arm and it's not coming out. She thought the sign had been placed in her brother's yard. So she was going to her brother's house. She thought a prankster had placed it there. This Peggy Fox, the woman, told WSCO that her brother never talks about politics. He's just totally apolitical. And she has no problem with the sign, which, by the way, sits closer to her brother's house than the actual owner of the sign's house. But she thought it was in her brother's yard by a prankster, and she knew it wasn't his. So she's walking up to her brother's house. She's like, oh, this is weird. My brother wouldn't put this sign out. Grabs the sign and tries to remove it, which was a bad move, Peggy. Because old 76-year-old Worth McAllister, he don't play that shit.
You know that all he does is look out the fucking window. Like, that's all he does. He's just waiting for someone to take the sign. It's almost like a bait. It's like a $2, that sign.
What kind of sign is it?
Yeah.
It's his whole day.
It was just a Trump 2020 sign.
He's like, come on, take it, somebody. It's got
just like a little, one of those little yard signs. And dude, the news brought cameras out there, and really, it's you'd think it was her brother's sign. It's pretty far from dude's house, closer to her brother's house. Worth told reporters that he uses the BB gun to, quote, shoot stray cats that come into my yard.
Oh, that was a bait.
Jesus.
He was like, I'm putting this Trump sign as far from my house on my property as I can.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm going to smack somebody with it.
That was the same thing as a $2. Come on and take it.
It was a trap. Also, when you're trying to save face, why the hell are you going to say that you use the BB gun to shoot cats in your yard? Like, anyway.
Right. That guy's a dick.
No, that's just an excuse to say, I sit here and wait for somebody to grab my Trump sign.
Yeah, I don't normally animals, but I don't try to shoot people. It's for cats, really, so you can't blame me. Peggy said, I felt pain in my arm, and I looked up, and I heard this gentleman yelling at me, and that there was no warning shot whatsoever, and she would have gladly returned the sign if he had made it clear that it was his. McAllister said that he was, in fact, trying to shoot Fox. But
obviously.
I believe him.
But he was trying to hit her backside, not in the arm. He was subsequently charged with assault, saying, quote, you defend your property and you end up getting charged. So he is not happy, and he's thinking about pressing theft charges against this woman.
Yeah. I mean, they both have a case.
There's that.
I'd love to hear the judge's decision in that one.
Yeah.
You can't shoot people. That's the judge's decision.
BB gun on his own property, though. I don't know. We'll see what laws they cite.
I don't think you can shoot people.
That's what she said, literally. That was her quote, Wes. He can't shoot people.
Oh, yeah. But she's right.
Well, that's come up with a more creative defense. Can't shoot people. That's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Well, it's the truth.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is that it on the BBs?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
I did the single BB. The other BB gun story wasn't so good.
Not as good? Not nearly as good? All right, well, that was actually a BB gun assault. Now, moving on from a BB gun assault to some kind of different, but also like nefarious going on right under your nose, and you wouldn't even know it. This story is brought to us by @TankBarstool on Twitter, and I feel like it should be made into a movie because it's like a representation of vigilante justice that you might want to see done in 2020. Because what happened was a post office manager in Ohio, he cucked the criminals who were using the USPS to distribute their drugs, and then he grabbed their drugs and made himself a drug kingpin in their place.
Whoa. So, this is what I'm always afraid of when I ship my drugs.
Exactly. I love this.
Drug dealer's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm also glad someone's actually finally coming to their senses, because you always hear about people like finding, like 40 kilos of cocaine and floating in the ocean, and then obviously you hear about it because they turned it in. I'm glad someone's
right. This is smart.
Making lemonade.
I like this guy.
No, not Anthony Sharp, 30, of South Euclid, Ohio. He was skimming all the dirty mail that he could get his hands on, including meth, cocaine, and fentanyl, sent through the mail and then selling them himself for a quote-unquote great profit, according to the feds.
It's amazing.
No shit. It's genius. It's just like no overhead drug dealing until you get caught. Anthony is now facing 6 charges, and law enforcement is seizing $100,000 in cash, as well as a Harley and a 2019 Polaris Slingshot 3-wheeler Roadster.
Can you get less, like can the judge on this one go lenient and go for the lighter end of the sentence, but based on his creativity and like genius like level there? Like if it's a 10 to 25, give him the 10, right? Like
I was hoping so. But this is the quote from Kenneth Cleveley, the special agent with the USPS office. He says, postal employees are paid to deliver mail and parcels, not steal and distribute drugs in the community. So I think if he had not dealt the drugs,
if he just did them, he just treated himself.
No,
like
I think if he had not bought
mechanism.
If he had not bought the Harley and the Polaris Slingshot on a postal worker's fucking salary, he would have got away with it.
Should have been in someone else's name at a different location, like another house under his cousin's name or something. But look, it's not like he's stealing his grandkids like $25 checks from the grandparents. He's taking like fentanyl, like illegal drugs. So it's already illegal.
Right. He's like
then redistributing them.
Well, he's Robin Hooding himself.
No, he's like a terrible Robin Hood, like a drug dealer Robin Hood.
Selfish Robin Hood.
He also did not take any precautionary measures, it sounded like. The USPS began investigating Sharp on suspicion that he was spotting packages he believed to be illegal drugs and then stealing them for himself. And then on July 22nd, agents saw him, after he was already on surveillance, slip 2 packages containing meth and coke from a sorting facility and take them back to his own vehicle, at which point they pulled him over when he was leaving work, searched his vehicle. Lo and behold, there's the cocaine, there's the meth, there's the fentanyl, blah, 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 blah. So
you know what
just makes you wonder.
This guy should do a webinar on the dark web of how to spot cocaine packages and like packages with
he's a pro,
because the people would pay for that. He should be giving like a TED talk to.
He's also not the only one. That's what
drug
makes me wonder.
Drug dealers, yeah. Oh, he's definitely not the only one.
There is like a webinar on it already, Mark. They just haven't changed up their shipping method. So that's why he knew. It's pretty easy to tell, apparently, like based on where it's coming from, size of the package, etc.
Right.
But 10 to 20.
How fake the name is in the return address.
Right. Yeah. He's going USPS laws, like postal laws, a whole other bag of tricks.
That's
He's
true.
in trouble.
They don't. I mean, if you knock over a mailbox on purpose, you get the book thrown at you. So I can't even imagine. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take you all to the fashion corner for a minute.
Nice.
Yeah. And
Sweet.
both of these stories come from our girl, Patricia. And this first one involves an idea that I personally hope never really takes off, mainly because it's ridiculous, and 2, because I can't pull it off myself without getting yelled at that I'm disgusting. I'm talking about the bikini for guys, or as co-founders from Toronto, Chad Sasko and Taylor Field call it, the Brokini. Which is basically a Speedo. Chad Sasko, which is basically a Speedo that swimmers wear with a stupid strap attached that goes over the shoulder. I pasted in some fine pictures for you guys there. So
I saw it. It shows off your package really pronounced.
It's yanking on your package.
Yeah.
It's designed to do that. It's really it's pulling the fabric back right there against, and it's got kind of like a what'd you call it? Pouch, like a pouch-like thing at the bottom there.
Yeah, it's like a marsupial.
It's like a push-up
pouch.
bra for your cock and balls.
You got to be pretty confident in your dong to be rocking this thing.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. So as the story goes, Sasko and T-Dog say, quote, "We started going to bachelor parties and wearing crazy bathing suits, and then we actually saw a wrestling leotard online and thought, hey, that could maybe be a bathing suit. They were pretty awesome, but they were actually see-through. We wanted to make something you could actually swim in, so we started reaching out to manufacturers and found one." And look, I'm giving these assholes a hard time, but they're really just trying to spice up the party and have a laugh, and I can respect that. I think I can respect that. So Sasko and T-Dog said, "We wanted to come up with a bathing suit that was fun for goofing around on the beach, cottage weekends, bachelor parties, and festivals." Jokingly, Sasko added to the article interview, "It's not the ideal summer to be launching given COVID, but brokinis might be a great way to keep people 6 feet away from you."
Wait, what? He's encouraging it from people. Away from them?
Any marketing
that's a joke because they look so ridiculous. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to get too close to the dong.
Least funny.
Not for virgins, these brokinis.
No,
not for virgins.
Well, who are they for? That's what I
the
mean,
guys that bought the Borat big thing. That's that guy. The guy that took Borat too far. That still does
the Borat voice.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a joke. It's just a joke product
altogether. It's a complete joke.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not to be taken seriously in one of these things. That's for sure.
That's good. I was worried it was like a real thing.
For the guy that gets the lifeguard,
Will was worried he'd have to wear one this
him.
summer to be in fashion.
No, I don't think I would have worn one for like Halloween maybe because you look kind of like a Flintstone. You know,
That's
you
true.
do.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do look, it is very Flintstone-y.
It's like it's a Fred Flintstone.
It looks like it does. It looks like you're halfway through taking off your wrestling singlet.
You're right. It's a one-armed wrestling singlet.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yep,
single strap.
Easier to slide the one side off and then have your dong out.
Wrestling singlet side. I'll miss those.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. I bet. All right.
Yeah, he wants to wear spandex tank tops and hug each other.
Wrestlers.
Hey, you signed up for it.
No, I mean it was a fun sport, but the singlet part was not.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just do it in a t-shirt, right?
On a rubbing.
I think so.
Totally could have done it in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Who did that?
You know who did that.
All right, now to the second story of this fabulous fashion corner. Guys, did you know that the shorts you're wearing are probably way too long to be considered attractive by the modern TikTok female?
Yes.
You know that? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. A new trend on TikTok and videos containing the hashtag 5-inch seam have over 230 million views on the Communist Spy app because apparently young millennials and Gen Z ladies want us men to show more thigh. Now the trend for... Yeah.
Working on it, ladies. That's why I got the elliptical back up. Mm-hmm. Be wearing thigh highs.
Yeah.
So
this is upsetting to me because I've got good legs. And,
right.
And the whole time growing up, long shorts were the trend. And,
right. Board shorts.
It would have been way better for me if short shorts had been the trend.
You would have been slaying more. No, they were, Will. You just, no one told you. No one knew.
They weren't. Yeah. They honestly, when we were kids, it was like the huge inseam, 9-inch inseam.
No, women weren't attracted to that, though. They would have still been attracted to your thighs. You would have looked like, you would have been made fun of by your boys.
Right.
But the girls would have been all over them thighs.
Ladies loved my long below the knees Jinkos and my Newport cigarettes.
Back in the 90s, that was the style. I'm telling you.
No, that was the cool kid style. That wasn't the girls are going to give you a hand job style.
They they come out of class, they see me just burning a Newport without giving a fuck who's going to tell me no. And these Jinkos are so low.
Muscle toned,
so high.
Toned thighs.
You guys forget
always
what the
been
90s
in.
were like. I'm telling you, that was the style.
Oh yeah,
we know.
Girls were getting wet over parachute pants and Jenkos. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
So that's what the Gen Z ladies that's what they want now. The trend for shorter shorts might be attributed to the frat boy clothing brand Chubbies, which started selling shorter shorts and coined the phrase "skies out, thighs out." Celebrities are getting into it. There's a picture of Conor McGregor showing a lot of thigh.
That's too
walking
much.
Around. Well, I mean, he's got the legs to do it, right?
But that looks like women's shorts. What he's wearing.
Right there, it's getting a little bit.
But I thought 5.5 inch inseam is pretty good. But
5.5. He's got about 13.5 inches right there.
No, you mean of legs showing?
Legs showing, yeah.
Right.
So 1.5 inch seam, yeah.
So if you aren't sure if your shorts are short enough, the safe spot, as retailers and clothing experts call it, or sweet spot, is about 3 or 4 inches above the kneecap. Mm-hmm. So hem those shorts, guys. Girls want to see those thighs. You guys like this, Pat? How do you feel about this?
I think it's great. I mean, McGregor shorts, I feel like I want to know the comfort level, honestly. So like when I do my cutoffs, I do them like maybe 3 inches above my knee. I try to, but I have also like thighs that it literally takes 4 hands to wrap around my thighs. They are some tree trunks. I max pants out like at the thigh.
Yeah.
Like I can't, I could fit into the leg part, but the thigh.
Yeah. People are always like, how do you weigh what you weigh? You look so trim, but it's because they don't see them thighs.
Yeah, I store in the thighs. I dig it, man. Yeah. I say, do you? Men's clothing has been terrible forever. Fucking feel yourself. Feel yourself. Hike them up.
I got. You know what? Also, shorts. I got into them playing rugby, and the rugby shorts are so comfortable.
Right. I got into them last summer when I was a little bit more fit, like late summer, and I was wearing high shorted like swim trunks, and I was definitely I was definitely feeling myself much more. Yeah.
Oh yeah. When you're confident, swimsuits are awesome when they're high because it's just your swim. It's easier to swim. But yeah, my current shorts are right at about the knee. I need to hike them up a little bit, I guess. So.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it. Wait. We'll be showing you some thighs soon, ladies. Don't worry.
Thighs coming soon.
White balance your camera to mine.
I'll do it. Yeah.
All right, guys.
I'll do it.
I'll get the right pair on.
Thighs in the skies. All right. We covered the California wildfires a lot, and we'll continue to as they are terrible. And there are over 600 of them currently burning and don't seem to be going away. But let's not always take like a 10,000-foot view of the situation. Let's do some case studies on individuals involved, some individuals affected. And thanks to Jack Bayless, Heart O Hive member, who sent this in, we can do exactly that today. So Chad Little of, I believe, Vacaville, California, and his family are...
Vacaville.
Vacaville.
Is that where Pat lives? Vacaville?
Vacaville, baby. I'll send you
just kidding, Pat. I love you.
That was worth it. Vacaville, California.
How was your extended rehab stint?
Not a vacation, I can tell you that.
Yeah, but take me away for work for 30 days and pay me.
I didn't work. Bro. You're absolutely right. And I appreciate it. If I'm not allowed to make jokes with you, then suck my cock.
Do you know how many times the three of us were like, I wish I would get sent to rehab right now?
No, you don't. Trust me.
Yeah, we did say that a lot.
There's a lot. But Wes is living it up in rehab right now.
If they had a PlayStation 4 there, I mean, Vacaville, California, and his family are practical people. They knew the LNU Lightning Complex fire, which is the third biggest in the state history, was headed to their home. That's why they started to pack up their things a few days ago, so they could leave before it was too late. When the fire did arrive and the Littles headed to the car to leave, Chad said, "I'm not coming with you. I'm staying right here." And that's exactly what he did. He stayed at the Little home. He said, "I had a lot of friends and family trying to fight with me to get me to leave, but I wasn't going to do it." You see, Little lost his home to a fire 5 years ago, and he was not going to go through that again. So he stayed back to defend his property from a literal forest fire. Right?
Whoa. Yeah, well, I mean, that makes sense. Like, what a lot of people, it's like right now, a lot of people in my wife's family are choosing to stay. Some of them are choosing to stay, like in the hurricane area where it's coming, and wildfires would be the same. If you stay, you might be able to like hose them off or whatever. Defend
wildfires
the property.
A little different than hurricanes because you can always get on your roof and not die. At a certain point, I didn't even know this was possible. Your individual effort could save your home. I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure it can. With fires and with hurricanes, both. With flooding.
It can also overwhelm you, but with both, like in kill.
But if you were able, if it was a manageable scenario. And there was just
rolling the dice, but you can also save it. Yeah. Would it change your mind if you found out that it was electrical fire 5 years ago? It wasn't a forest. Anyways, we'll keep going because it was. Little said he had Solano Irrigation District water, fire hoses, and fire hydrants, so he felt confident in being able to do what Will just said, kind of just like fight off the fire. Not long after, though, the water was shut off in his area, and the fire. And the fire, this was right as the fire was approaching his front door.
You don't plan on that when you're about to defend your home with water.
And now it's too late, pretty much, like he was in it. So what Little did next saved his life and his home. He went and grabbed the only liquid he had left and a nail and went to work. I grabbed a 30-pack of Bud Light, he said. That was the only thing I had that I had a lot of, and it was wet. Luckily, I had a bunch of cases of Bud Light, and I was able to get it out. What? Yes. He said, when I first grabbed the cans of beer and ran down there, I was shaking them up and opening them up, but it was just dispersing too quick. He said, that's he said, that's when I saw the nail. I would just puncture a hole and shake it as I was going, and then I could aim it and concentrate it on the bad parts of the fire. So he was shotgun spraying beers into the fire, and he put it out.
What a beast.
Wow. Yeah.
And he's all good. His house is good.
100%. He fought the fire off, and then eventually, after he did a good enough job, a fire truck came and completely put it out, but he fought it off himself with the beers. Since then, he has been running around, going to neighbors' houses, helping them come up with ways to fight the fire, and he's been running around the surrounding area at night, stomping out little smoldering fires because he says you see them better at night. So he's not sleeping; he's just fighting fires with unconventional methods.
I'm drunker at night.
Yeah, exactly. More bracing at night. Yeah. Good for Chad. Good for Chad.
He's a fucking MacGyver. He's a MacGyver firefighter is what he is.
He's the best. He's the fucking best.
Good thing he had those billion beers. Yeah. What was that, Wes?
I said Bud Light needs to hook this guy up with a lifetime supply. That's fantastic.
For sure. Yeah. He should be their guy. Yeah.
His wife begs to differ.
Oh, man.
He was like, you guys all thought I was an alcoholic, but who's laughing now?
Again, this guy is consumed by the fear and anger towards fire, but the fire 5 years ago started with a wiring issue with one of his fans inside the house, and no one was home, and it just slowly burnt down his house. But to Chad, a fire's a fire, and they all need to go. Anyways, guys, infertility is a huge problem for guys. Probably not Chad.
Not for Chad. Definitely not.
Things don't get better as we age. Daddy, spelled D-A-D-I, their mission is to make the process of fertility testing and sperm banking as comfortable, convenient, and cost-effective as possible. No more visits to the sperm bank. You don't want to go there. You don't want to masturbate in awkward rooms. I'm telling you. Daddy has developed an at-home sperm collection kit allowing you to test and store your sperm from the comfort of your home. Boom. Daddy takes your sperm, tests it, stores it for you so you don't have to worry about a thing and you never have to leave your home. The services at sperm banks usually cost thousands of dollars, but Daddy provides you an at-home collection kit, a lab-tested fertility report, and a year, 12 months of sperm storage, all for $199. And we're providing a special limited time offer to our community here at Hard Factor, $50 off your first purchase. Go to daddykit.com to order your first kit. Enter promo code FACTOR50, all caps, during checkout, and get that $50 off. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Let's skip to Bama because we're running back. We're running behind.
All right.
Okay.
I can trim down that front section.
No, kick it over to Bama, baby.
Okay. Shout out intern Bubba for sending this over about his alma mater, the University of Alabama, even though some may consider it embarrassing for the Tide. I don't know. You guys be the judge. And you may have guessed what's happened, and that's that the University of Alabama is having trouble containing their new COVID outbreak, considering the entire school was having transmission parties immediately upon the students coming back to Tuscaloosa.
Yeah,
so, remember those stories?
Not a shocker. Yeah, they were gambling on who was going to get COVID first.
Yeah. So you go to college, you party, you catch COVID in 2020.
They were full on having because I know at the beginning of COVID,
they were just having parties without masks, regular parties, regular parties, and they're just look, it's funny, somebody's going to catch COVID. We'll bet
the news called them COVID parties, and the rumor was that kids were to have fun, were gambling on whoever caught COVID first and confirmed it won a pot of money,
right. But it's not
$12. That is fun
in college.
That does sound really fun.
Does sound like fun.
And if you're gonna get COVID, it sucks. At least you win a pot of money, right? So
that's why this story is not that embarrassing for Bama, honestly. So they had 560 new infections amongst students in the first week of them being back. That's on top of the 300 some that they had who were already positive when they came back. And the University of Alabama president Stuart Bell said on Monday that student behavior was not to blame for the spike in cases, saying, "Our challenge is not the students. Our challenge is the virus, and there's a difference, folks. But maybe it is the students, Stuart. Maybe they just don't give a fuck about catching COVID, and it's an excuse to skip class for 2 weeks while you quarantine with your buddies and just keep partying." So
Yeah,
I think it probably is the students, Stuart.
Yeah, let me clarify for Stuart. Everyone's problem is the virus. Stuart, your problem is the students.
Yeah.
Right. He's got quite an interesting thought process about it. A lot of people, like I was saying, might want us to be upset with the Bama kids, or if I'm doing the story, maybe they want me to be upset about their lack of care and awareness about the pandemic. But to be fair, like, what are college kids going to do when they go to college? And if you force them to go to class anyways and like interact with each other in class, I think that this is just what you get. They probably should have just done online only. You could come back to Tuscaloosa if you wanted to or not, because it's college and people can basically get online classes anyways.
I said it on radio, which not everyone that listens to the pod listens to radio, but like I was on COVID from the beginning. I was bullish on it, and I was, casting stones from a glass house, and I didn't realize it until the college party scene started happening a couple weeks ago.
Right, because what would you do in this situation?
I partied at college 90% of the time. I did. And, I don't have kids, so I don't have to worry about school, and I work from home. But the thing that got me to thinking open-mindedly about it was the college partying. And I was like,
I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I would be locking down.
I don't think I would have been at that age. Looking back on it, I don't think I would have been.
Not after hearing those stats, that wasn't going to really affect me.
Especially if you didn't have to go to class. Like, that's probably even worse.
Well, I didn't do that anyways.
But right. the schools where, like, students are back in their apartment complexes but doing online class, like, that's just a 24/7, 365 rager.
Right.
I know.
Yeah. So Tuscaloosa, what they're doing, Beeve, good point, to help shut down that issue is shutting down the bars for a couple weeks to see if that will stop the rager,
which is terrible.
That's going on.
Again, they should let these kids redshirt. They should let them take the year off until the college experience is bar scene, house parties, partying, socializing, learning all that stuff. You take that away from these kids.
Yeah, but I'm saying the COVID kids are they don't have to go to class after they get the positive test. They're allowed to quarantine at home, quote unquote. So they're just going to keep going to house parties. It doesn't,
right. I'm saying if you open up the colleges, they're going to be partying.
Just don't cancel football season, all right, Bama? Just do that.
They won't.
And on that note, let's take it over to Predict It, where you could bet on stuff like this. Not exactly those issues, but political issues. And this week, the Vegas odds makers, the actual bookmakers in old sunny Las Vegas, have shifted the odds to Joe Biden, -135 as the favorite, Donald Trump +115 as the dog. I don't think this was the first time Trump switched over to the dog, but he has been shifted more to the dog and Biden heavier to the favorite. This is what one bookie said. He said, if you were allowed to bet on this election or the 2016 election, it would be the biggest bet event there ever was. That's William Hill sportsbook director Nick B. And he said, anything with Trump is very polarizing. 2016 was a bookmaker's dream. Shout out to Nick and Reno for sending us the scoop on these Vegas odds. And they're right. And that's why we got predictit.org. All right. That's why we can bet on this stuff, even though it's technically illegal in the United States. Predicted is totally on the level. It's a for research thing that you can still bet on in the U.S. Totally legit. Get your money out.
All
easy.
50 states.
All 50 states. But $80 million have already been wagered on the election on British books, and the odds are essentially exactly the same. Go to predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20 to get your first $20 match and just slam it. Either +115 Trump or -135 Biden. Whoever you think's going to win, it's a great time to bet. It's close to a coin flip right now, and a lot of heavy money's coming in on if people think they got the inside track.
Yeah. I want to go back to that college partying thing real quick.
Yeah.
I'm not endorsing college partying. I'm admitting that I would have. And I really wish that a bunch of kids would just be able to take a gap year, and not go to college for 2020.
We've talked it to death. We're in favor of people cutting down their odds of transmitting the virus.
We hate COVID. Yeah.
But like college kids who are sent to college, who have to go to class, what are they going to do?
I know. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Just gonna have to take one for the team, I guess. And
they're just going to
party.
No, they're just going to spread the virus.
Also, by the way, U.S. infections on a good decline since the beginning of the month. So even with the colleges, we're still declining.
That's good.
You guys want to move on to voicemails and reviews? There's a story about a woman who got killed by a bear in Canada.
Give us the Cliff Notes.
The Cliff Notes are not give us something.
A woman was talking on the phone with her dad in Saskatchewan, and she told her little 9-year-old son to go get like an antenna or something. Her dad heard like gargling sounds on the phone and called back, and it turns out her son was watching her get attacked by this black bear. Actually, black bears aren't really, I don't think, known to be aggressive towards humans. Or, is dangerous because
they are when you have a bunch of berries in your pockets.
Well, yeah. Well, they said that this bear was discovered to have a full stomach, and it wasn't like a food thing. It was just like he just attacked this woman, and her husband came out. The bear wouldn't let his wife go, so he's like battling with this bear to let go of his like lifeless wife's body, and he like had to shoot it. Yeah, I told you I wanted to skip it.
Thanks, Wes.
Told you. She's dead, and
you were right. We should have just skipped it. Pat, what was your story that we skipped? This is
the sheriff who went to go serve papers at a lady's house, but had the wrong house. And before he served the papers, he took a piss on the lady's neighbor's travel trailer, and then he wrecked his car so many times he's no longer legally allowed to drive. But he's the constable.
Wow. That's a guy that knows how to put out a fire with Bud Lights, if I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, it was a 141-page complaint against this constable. 141 pages.
One thing I did want to mention, because this quote really disturbed me. Actually, the whole story was this woman's father is quoted as saying, "Curtis, who is her husband, handled the situation extremely well. It could have been so much worse. The children could have been near at the time of the attack." That's a quote from this woman's dad saying like her husband handled the situation well, like by getting the fucking like it's just a very hardened quote from
you didn't need to have that context.
Yeah,
Curtis, just dark story.
Don't really want to get into it.
I asked you if you wanted to skip it, and you guys said no.
Pat, what county was that in? What state and county?
I'll tell you guys, that was over there in Arizona, down by Tucson. This guy, Sheriff something. What's his name? Constable Vasquez. Yeah.
Nice. All right, guys. We got a lot of 5-star reviews today. So many that we were saving a few of them for Friday's show. In the interest of time, remember, if you leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, a new one, and you have to leave a new one, is what I'm trying to say, because we sort of check the titles, and like, for example, Brand's penis is back. I think we need new reviews because we don't get counted towards the tally of reviews.
I don't remember Brand's penis.
Brand's penis is for Friday.
That's new. That's a new one.
It's for Friday. I'm pretty sure a few of the people are just leaving second reviews, which don't give us any new reviews. It doesn't count. But for people that have not left a review, leave a 5-star review, especially if you're one of the 500 people that's asked for free stickers, which you're going to get, and they're going to look awesome wherever you put them. You owe us a review. If you don't have Apple Podcast, download the app, and then you can delete it after you give us a review. Or you know someone that has an Apple phone, iPhone. I know you do. Get someone's phone, leave us a 5-star review. It's the least you can do. We're giving you those free stickers. They're going to look awesome. All right, here we go. First up, Mr. Woke says, Koala Bear Harris, 5 stars. The only way to have fun getting the news. I'll be incredibly sad if their contract isn't renewed. Now, if only they'd stop inviting Don Jr. on to spew lies and conspiracy theories while offering about as much resistance as the Washington football team's defense. Oof. You're all smart enough to know he's full of shit and just using your show to promote his books and campaign for his daddy. Whoa.
What year Washington football team D we talking about?
We know
what year we talking about?
Yeah, Mr. Woke, you should be woke enough to have listened to when we admitted that day that we get the bigger guests just because
we give everyone about the same amount of resistance. Them. We play Washington.
He's 100% right.
Yeah, but we play Washington football defense on everyone.
On everybody. Yeah. There was a lot of stuff that that other guests have said that we've definitely played Washington football defense, like with Steyer. I would say, go back and listen to that. So
I'm mad though. Donnie Trump Jr. almost said, and he did kind of say it, but I didn't catch it fast enough. He almost said that Bill Gates was going to pedophile island.
I wish that he'd said that. He stopped short of it, I think.
Yeah.
All right, next one. We got like 10 more. Tricky Dick Thick Son. Is this one short but grammatically sweet? He said, "You guys got the juice." Period. Thanks. We do have the juice.
Appreciate it.
All right, next one's Jack Goff. 1, 2, 3. What's up, boys? My buddy, that guy, 23, showed me the pod in early July, and I only wish he'd joined the hive. I'd joined the hive sooner. The only news ever on in my house is Fox News, so y'all give me much needed relief from it, being unbiased and hilarious. Will's ever evolving Good Morning at 6 a.m. gets my blood flowing like the beaver tail on a windy day. Speaking of the beeve, do you only F wives or will girlfriends suffice? I'm in the area and would love to be Eskimo bros with you, so please let me know. P.S. Keep it up. And let's get these boys a full-time contract. Have a great fucking day, which is the new HAGFD. That's catching on.
That is true.
That is catching on in the hive.
I smell a t-shirt
with that.
I know. Have a great fucking day. HAGFD. We got to start marketing that. Next one.
To that, I'll say, if it's got a hole, I'll meet you at the North Pole, Eskimo brother.
There it is.
Ooh.
You're like MacGruber. You like holes. C Gentry 13, best news pod. 5 stars, best news podcast on the internet. Thank you, C Gentry. Dusty Tex, 5 stars for Barstool. I hope you guys get all the I hope you get all that you want in a new contract, but then get 5% cut from what you want specifically because you started the beef. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. That's ridiculous. Come on, Dusty Tex.
Like Vince McMahon owns John Cena's name. I think it's what he's talking about.
Well, like you're saying, you got to get the IP for the beef.
Okay. Well, with the 4 of us own the IP for the beef, and we taking it with us if we leave. We're not leaving, but we'll merchandise the beef.
Yeah. And the next one's Cardell Jones, who says, beef appreciation, 5 stars. My wife and I love this podcast. We live in Austin, and my wife actually saw the beef in the wild. Okay. All right. Did she say hi? I don't know. Pretty crazy because she is his producer now. Oh, and she goes to his house every night to record. She comes home smiling every morning, so thank you, Beef. Never knew she loved recording podcasts so much.
I think you got to get out of here.
Beef? We got a new producer?
You got it. What?
Something about the Beef is he's always got a new undisclosed position helper around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100. Yeah.
That is true.
There's always somebody who's like,
outsources.
This is they help me do this.
Yeah. We find out.
I need about 10 of those a year.
I'm a strong enough Messiah to lead 1 usually, sometimes 2.
Del Winter 44 says, "Land of the free, home of the haters." Good morning. Keep it up, fellas. I've been listening since day 1 and look forward to my fellow degenerates en route to work. By the way, I sell cars, and y'all were spot on about what car salesmen do on dates. Big shout out to Wes. Thank you for keeping it even and telling it like it is. Loving the Beef's hair. As a fellow NC listener, John from NC as well. Insert a compliment that you would give to a chick with a good personality. Keep it up. El Presidente, get these boys that full-time check. HAGFT.
Oh.
Have a great fucking day.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Paul C. Steele. What's that, Will?
I like how everybody's takes on like how we assist the show to better fit their personal politics. I always love those comments.
Absolutely. Paul C. Steele says, and that's how they should take it. A man called Brave. I don't know. I thought it was Beeve A man called Brave says there once was a man who liked pools. I think it's supposed to be a man called Beef. There once was a man who liked pools. He said, "See the lovely preschools." His beaver is a large rodent whose seed is quite potent, and his friends made him face ridicules. Well, he's gonna listen to the first 20 minutes of the show, pal. You better believe it.
Pretty accurate, except for the seed. We don't know yet.
We should have read that before the show started. Next, Mac Judy, we're almost through. Good shit, 5 stars. Entertaining and informative news keeps me going at work. Some of the topics are a bit under-researched and the communist overtones border on treason, but very solid. Hey. Been recommending to everyone and even got my wife's boyfriend to start listening. Get that contract. Have a great effing day.
I like that comment. That's funny.
Yeah.
Got his wife's boyfriend. I love it. Yeah. Mac Judy, by the way, I'm with you there. I was just thinking to myself, I was just walking around the kitchen earlier today thinking, man, there's too much commie sympathizing going on these days. I was just thinking that to myself. So I'm with you.
Haven't we learned anything? All right, next one. Kim C. McLaughlin. Perfect start to the day. 5 stars. The guys are funny and the content is informative. I recommend this podcast to anyone asking for good pods. The news covers at all angles via discussion amongst friends of what seems like different political views. It's hard to tell who leans which way other than Pat. Female listener, by the way. Nice. And this is the last one from Tiny Girl 96. STTDB. I didn't read Google what that is. That could be
Suck that tiger dick, bitch.
Oh,
you know what that is.
There you go. Thank you. And it says, have been enjoying the pod for 8 to 9 months so far and have enjoyed it ever since. This crew is funny and talks about relevant topics, and regardless of whether you agree with them or not, they're actually intelligent people and know their stuff. And in the rare situation they don't get something 100% accurate, they always own up to it and correct themselves, something I wish our politicians and mainstream media outlets would do. I'm another female listener, and I don't get why y'all sound shocked every time you hear from a lady. I think you have more female listeners than you realize. Thank you for closing Thursday's episode with Neck. I've been sitting at my desk watching LSU 2019 Joey B highlights Burrow for the past 30 minutes now, and I'm not upset about it at all. So we do have more female listeners than we thought.
And you shouldn't be.
I'm not surprised anymore.
Yeah, Mark, I was trying to explain to Mark, like, hey, you play this song, and it's really going to hit some people on a personal level.
I found a good version of it.
Was it the LSU, the band version?
You have to go back and check. I went through. There's like 50 versions, and I found by far the best one.
Nice.
All right, we got 3 voicemails, and then we're done. First up.
Hi, yeah. Just missed a call from this number. Just trying to get back to you. I'm just kidding. It's your boy Reagan here in Utah. Just listening to today's episode. It's Tuesday, I think. Yeah. Driving back to work after lunch. Thanks for the episode. Kentucky Fried Chicken talk at the end was fucking choice. I, for one, agree Popeyes has to reign supreme, especially since the drop of that witch there. Anywho, since everything that's going on and money's tight, whatever. Long story short, your boy had to get a second job working that Zaw chain shit. So with that, let's do the same thing as the KFC talk, but as far as like pizza chains. So what would you guys choose? Go. Have a great fucking day.
So it sounds like Reagan had to get a second job slanging pies.
Great job.
2020 is a fucked up year.
One of my favorite of all time.
One of my favorite of all time.
So what's we all worked at a pizza shop?
Not I. No.
Ooh, 3 out of 4.
But you've eaten the most pizza, so that helps.
Yeah, I order it from you guys. What's it called? What's our favorite pizza chains? What you guys got?
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go with Bertucci's, where Mark used to work, which is a pizza shop he forgot he worked at.
I did work there.
What's
for like a month.
I actually really like Bertucci's because it's a wood fired oven chain.
I did work
it's the first wood fired oven I'd ever tasted.
Oh no, Beef, you got to go with your real answer. You know what you are. You know the chain you go.
Yeah, you're a
in.
Papa John's guy.
He's a PJ's
yeah,
man.
You're a Papa John's guy.
The Beef only orders a PJ's late night. That's
I like
the
my
Beef's
toppings
move.
under the cheese.
That is the Beef move. I'll typically go with like anything. Right now, I try to go with anything local. Pizzava in Reno's the best, but Domino's if I'm gonna have to order off the big chain.
Major chains, Domino's. What about US?
Major chains, I'm generally going PJ's as well.
And I'll go in there and grab Pizza Hut. So we're representing most of the big chains there.
Let me say one last thing. Last time I was in New York City, I noticed this. Why the hell in New York City there's like a Papa John's, Pizza Hut, and Domino's on every fucking corner? How is that a thing?
Well, yeah, because you got to deliver a lot of pizzas. I mean,
in New York City,
New York City
Mecca
loves their
pizza in America.
Yeah, well,
yeah, but still, it's cheaper. It's still cheaper. Like so, no matter where you are, any city's got good pizza. And it's always going to be more expensive to get the good pizza. And so, like, you got to have the cheap pizza around, too. Everybody needs the chains and the good stuff. It's
true. The demand for pizza in New York City is unbelievable. All right.
It should be high everywhere. It's, pizza, calzones, people sleep on calzones.
You were right. Stop where you're ahead. Before the calzones.
Okay.
Might get a pizzone from Pizza Hut. Remember that?
Hey, boys. This is Garrett from Iowa. Every time I call in, they ask for my name, and then the phone starts ringing, and I think, maybe this is the time somebody's going to pick up. And you guys never do. Crushes my soul a little bit. But moving on to that Lori Loomer, or whatever the fuck her name is, from Florida. I'm not going to say she's not a piece of shit, but the way she got herself banned from everything and then ran on a platform of that big tech is against conservatives was fucking brilliant. Like, playing devil's advocate here, but maybe she planned that shit out and like purposely got herself banned just so she could claim censorship. Just a thought for you guys. Disclaimer, I still think she's a piece of shit, but devil's advocate, just a thought for you guys to discuss. Hey, have a great fucking day.
So that's our guy, Garrett. He's been a part of both boat races.
Garrett, the phone doesn't ring for any of us, so we'll literally we won't never pick it.
We'll never pick it.
Sometimes I'll say,
If you're in the if you're
have the tab open.
Yes, you have to be in the Gmail.
Pat, you've answered
it from a browser.
Pat, you've answered the phone, haven't you?
Before.
Yeah.
No, I've just answered the texts from the nudes that we've gotten unsolicited.
Oh,
that's right. That's right.
But Garrett's picking up on. Garrett's picking up on the spin zone. Good call, Garrett. Very similar to what Steve Bannon did when he got busted for stealing build the wall money, and he came out of court and said, "This is for the people that want to stop the building of the wall." I don't think Laura Loomer planned it. I think she's just a smart pivoter and knows that she can say some inflammatory shit and get the base riled up. What do you guys think?
No one's saying she's not evil, but some are saying she's an evil genius.
Totally agree with both of you guys there. And also think that, like, just like Bannon, one of her buddies is also Roger Stone. So I know we've already, like, stressed it multiple times on the show. Just go get me Roger Stone or whatever the name of that movie is. You'll know a lot more about how he operates and how the Loomers of the world operate. You know, it'll make a lot more sense to you.
He's like Slugworth.
Get me Roger Stone
from Willy Wonka.
Yeah. All right, guys. It was a real episode, right? It was tough. We're stronger for it.
That's right.
Hard Factor's we're all four of us are doing great. But on that note, let's end.
We'll be doing better once we finich the diet contest, though.
We'll be much better.
Fitter versions of our art.
Showing so much thigh. But let's end on this one.
Hey, Hard Factor guys. This is Ken. Great job recently on the podcast. You guys are really doing a good job covering all the RNC, DNC political craziness stuff. But I wanted to call in with a question. I was curious if Pat/the Beeve has a number for how much he spent on this whole Beeve persona. Because with all the new clothing and with the hair dye and with everything going on, it seems to be like that bill's got to be adding up. And I was just curious how much the Beeve is worth to him. So if you guys can answer that question, that'd be really great. I'm sure there's a lot of other listeners that are very interested in knowing how much the Beeve is, costs to accomplish. Keep doing what you're doing and keep up the great work. Have a great fucking day.
Ooh. I'm one of those people too.
Should I tell the real number?
Yeah, of course.
Up to you.
Look,
up to you.
I mean,
you guys know I'm not great with money. Not good at it. And I've had a little bit of money coming in recently, and I've just spending it. Let's see. I'll put it this way.
4 figures yet? 4 figures in the Beeve
yeah.
Yeah.
I had a bottle of wine the other day, and my Etsy bill was, I want to say, $700 ish.
Ooh, damn. Good thing you didn't let go of that other job.
But these are collector items. These are collector's items, guys. It's been a lot. I'd say like $1,200 thus far, but I'm trying to pay it off with doing pools. So if you find patthepoolboy.com, hire me. I could use a little bit of
That's not all from Hard Factor money. We're not all rolling in it.
No, literally money is pretend to me until it just is. Because what am I going to do with it? And I don't have a lot of it usually because I spend it on dumb shit. So
get that credit card, baby.
Oh yeah, baby. You don't want to see my monthly interest bills.
Oh God.
Oh no, I don't.
Well, if you just came into money, haven't you paid them off? What?
Well, no.
So you just get it, and then regardless of the debts, you just still spend it?
I haven't gotten the money yet, but it's bad, bro.
Checks in the mail.
It's bad.
Like USPS.
Well, Pat,
I could be putting children through college.
Can I say that we want you to keep spending money on the look? Because we do. So keep it up.
100? You don't have to tell me that.
All right.
I was pricing out real diamond earrings the other day. I need a conservative shit.
I need
Britney Spears. I need Britney Spears.
That's like $10K for the style diamond you want.
Yeah, way cheaper than you'd think. You can get like shitty ones for $340.
Well,
you don't get shitty ones.
Like some fake ones, or maybe a big fake, giant fake one.
Get those crystal ones.
Yeah, you want to spend like $1,000 on diamond earrings. So like when people ask you, it's got a comma. You want a comma for it.
I will say when I fucked up when Paul Wall was like, "Do you want a grill?" And I was like, "How much is it?" And he was like, $400. I was like, I can't right now. I regret that every day of my life.
Yeah. He has
you should take it
from the best grill guy ever.
Right.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Leave us the reviews. We already talked about it. Follow us, spread the word, and check us out on the radio in a couple hours.
Yeah, one thing. My Venmo is at Pat Cassidy.
But there's so many, isn't it? At Pat Cassidy 3, or is it at Pat Cassidy?
No, it's just me.
All right. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Have a great fucking day. HAGFD.